Hello, and welcome to my workshop on adaptogens for moms. So in this workshop, I'm going to be talking about how these prized herbs play an essential role in soothing anxiety and stabilizing moods. And I'm super excited to be connecting with you and to be sharing this information with you because I think that working with adaptogens during the postpartum period can have a major positive impact on anxiety and mood swings. They've really been an important category of herbs for me since I've become a mom and since I don't always get the time to recharge or sleep as much as I need to. And they've been an important part of the custom herbal programs that I've put together for other moms to help feel more calm and more centered and really just overall healthier during this often stressful time. So first I want to go over a little disclaimer before we get started. I am not a doctor, I am an herbalist and an educator, and this information is for educational purposes only. It is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any medical conditions. My goal is to help you nourish and support your body so that it can heal itself. Your health is your own responsibility, and your final decision to follow or to not follow any recommendation is always your choice. All right, cool. So with that, let's get started. So what are adaptogens? You might have heard of adaptogens before. It's kind of become a buzzword. And there are a bunch of adaptogen blend products hitting the market over recent years. But before you run out and you buy one of these products, I want to help give you a better understanding of these herbs because they're not all created equal. And it's going to be important to choose the right one. And this isn't because they're dangerous, they're actually very safe when they're used correctly, but because they might further aggravate certain symptoms you are having. And we'll get more into the specifics of several adaptogens soon. So for a definition of adaptogens, they can be defined as a natural substance that has been shown to help the body adapt to physical, mental, and emotional stress. It does this by protecting the body from damage caused by stress and also by helping someone deal with stress more calmly. Adaptogens also exert a normalizing effect on bodily processes by promoting homeostasis or balance within every system of the body. For moms, some of the most common form of stress on the body come from not getting enough time to relax, not getting good quality sleep, and also from many emotional or mental stressors like feelings of worry, guilt, shame, fear, doubt, uncertainty, such as not knowing what the future holds for you and for the planet, and many other intense emotions that can keep us feeling consumed by stress. But it can also come from other issues, like chronic issues such as chronic fatigue, digestive issues, chronic infections or illnesses, allergies such as undetected food allergies or environmental allergies, and even insufficient detoxification or slow liver function. Ultimately, when the body has to deal with constant stress, we end up getting stuck in survival mode or overdrive. And I feel like every mom has been in this state, either at one point or another. And when we are in this state, that's when we start to experience anxiety and mood swings. And these feelings can sometimes feel totally out of control. And in a way, they kind of are. So let me actually explain that. When you are confronted with stress, whether it's physical or emotional, your body perceives there to be a threat. And when this happens, you switch into a fight or flight response. And while you are in fight or flight, a signal is sent to the adrenals to start pumping out adrenaline. And this causes the body to start diverting resources to the brain and skeletal muscles, so you are ready to take action. And this results in energy being taken away from non-essential functions like digestion and reproduction. And the adrenals also start releasing cortisol. And cortisol helps the immune system get amped up in case you get injured from the perceived threat. And it also shifts the brain into an autopilot mode so that you can stay focused on the threat and respond quickly. And this is why your reactions can feel out of control or more impulsive, because you're in this autopilot mode. And these are all super, super amazing abilities that the body has to protect us from anything that might cause harm. But the issue is when our stress response system stays activated for extended periods of time. And this is what leads to adrenal imbalances and a wide array of other health consequences in the body, including that feeling of being stuck in overdrive, causing us to feel overstimulated and anxious and moody. But this is why adaptogens are so amazing, because they are going to get to the root of the issues and help bring the body back into balance, these systems back into balance when they're getting out of whack. All right, let's talk about starting with gentle adaptogens. So adaptogens actually fall on a spectrum, and they range from ones that are more gentle, calming, nourishing, and soothing to ones that are more stimulating. And this is what makes it super important to know what the different actions of each herb are, because when you're experiencing constant anxiety, you want to stick with more gentle adaptogens rather than the stimulating ones, which are just going to add more stimulation into your life. So gentle adaptogens are going to help nourish your adrenals as well as your overall health. But the key is to consume them consistently, which means daily and over time, to really see results. And most importantly, adaptogens should be paired with diet and lifestyle changes that promote more relaxation in your life, like eliminating anxiety-provoking foods or drinks that contain sugar and possibly caffeine, and doing things like getting out in nature or spending time with the people that you love. Plus, you will get even better results when you pair adaptogens with other herbs that are targeted to your specific needs. This is going to help you achieve more feelings of calm and stable moods even faster than adaptogens alone. Okay, so now I want to introduce you to 6 of my favorite adaptogens that I have used in motherhood with great results. And don't worry about taking notes. Feel free to if you want to. But I'm going to be sending you a PDF with full descriptions of each adaptogen that I talk about. So just keep an eye out in your inbox for that. So the first adaptogen that I want to talk about is Tulsi. And Tulsi is an uplifting and energizing herb, making it helpful in cases of anxiety, depression, brain fog, and tension. It's also helpful in cases when someone has a hard time sticking with healthy changes. It's a go-to herb for issues with stuck emotions like stagnant depression, PTSD, or stubbornness. It has been shown to restore function to the part of the brain that processes short-term memory into long-term memory. This is called the hippocampus. And this makes it useful for someone who's experiencing forgetfulness and trouble concentrating. Tulsi is known to be helpful with addictions, and it can help someone eliminate things like sugar, alcohol, cigarettes, or potential food allergies in their diet. It's helpful for lowering cortisol levels and blood sugar levels. And it's been shown to enhance antibody production and inhibit allergies, making a great herb for someone who is experiencing stress due to chronic infection or ongoing inflammation from an unknown food allergy. So Tulsi is going to be a great fit for you if you feel like you need a gentle tonic for your mind and mood, you struggle with depression, moodiness, or anxiety, you have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, you need some support making healthy lifestyle changes and creating new mindsets, you have trouble with concentrating, mental clarity, and or remembering things, you have chronic inflammation due to stress, whether it's physical or emotional. or you have high blood sugar, cholesterol, or triglycerides. So for dosing Tulsi, I'd recommend 30 to 60 drops of tincture in water about 3 times a day, and for tea, I'd aim for about 3 cups a day. So for now, I'm just going to give you the general guidelines for dosing, but at the end, after I talk about each adaptogen, I'm going to give you more specific guidelines so you have a better idea of what amount is going to be best for you within the range that I provide. The next adaptogen is ashwagandha. So ashwagandha is great for someone who's experiencing a disrupted sleep cycle by helping to reestablish the circadian rhythm of daytime energy and nighttime sleepiness. It helps rebuild energy stores over time, making someone feel less burnt out and more resilient each day they use it. Its calming action helps someone experiencing insomnia or trouble falling asleep to fall asleep faster and stay asleep easier. It's supportive to the entire endocrine system, all of which is responsible for regulating essentially all functions within the body. It helps the body switch into a rest and digest state, making it helpful for someone who's experiencing nervous exhaustion, anxiety, brain fog, and fatigue. And also it's helpful in cases of PTSD and for someone experiencing nightmares. But just keep in mind that ashwagandha is a nightshade plant, so if you have a nightshade allergy, you're probably going to want to avoid ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is going to be a great fit for you if you feel like you are tired but wired at the end of the day, you have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, you are often nervous, anxious, and or tense, you are burnt out, have low energy or chronic fatigue, you have achy joints or arthritis, you have brain fog or trouble focusing, you have nightmares or PTSD. For a dose for ashwagandha, I'd recommend 3 to 6 grams of powder per day. And you can take powder in capsule form. Most capsules are actually in milligrams though, so it's going to be somewhere between 3,000 and 6,000 milligrams, because 1 gram equals 1,000 milligrams. Or you can take it in tincture form, and that would be 30 to 60 drops in water about 3 times a day. The next adaptogen is shatavari. And shatavari is claimed to be the most powerful rejuvenating tonics for women. And for this reason, it has been given the nickname the Queen of Herbs in Ayurvedic medicine. It is nourishing to the entire body, promoting vitality and health. It is known to be a calming herb, soothing anxiety and frazzled nerves, as well as promoting an easier time shifting into a restful state at the end of the day and being able to fall asleep faster. It supports the body in becoming hormonally balanced and has been used in cases where hormone imbalances affect moods, causing irritability, anger, anxiety, depression, etc. And this can be either ongoing issues and or related to cyclical issues like PMS. It's used as a fertility tonic and is well suited for issues concerning low libido and vaginal dryness. Shatavari would be a great fit for you if you feel like you need rejuvenation and improved vitality. Your moods could be more balanced and or calm. You deal with hormonal imbalances that are causing PMS or fertility issues. For a dose for shatavari, I'd recommend 3 to 6 grams of powder per day or 30 to 60 drops of tincture in water about 3 times a day. Gotu kola is our next adaptogen. And Gotu kola helps to improve cognition, and this is due to its ability to improve circulation to the peripheries, which is going to bring fresh oxygen-rich blood to the brain, and this helps it work more optimally. It also contains anti-inflammatory properties, which is going to help relieve physical stress that comes along with inflammation. and this will help the body shift into a rest and digest state easier. Studies have shown that relieving inflammation in the body can actually help to improve or elevate moods in people who are dealing with depression. Gotu kola is helpful for clearing heat, which makes it an important ally for hot emotions like anger or frustration. I feel like a lot of parents have to deal with these emotions. I know that I tend to be on the fiery side. And since I've started using Gotu kola, I've noticed I've been more chill in general. It takes more for me to get to that really hot anger emotion. And Gotu kola's ability to improve blood flow, along with being a relaxing nervine, are behind its claim to be an aphrodisiac. This is because it helps to bring blood flow to the reproductive organs, and this creates a signal that tells the body that you are safe and that the world is safe to bring a baby into. And this is going to rev up your sex drive, whether or not you want to be making more babies. So just be aware of that. And Gotu kola would be a great fit for you if you feel like you have mommy brain or foggy thinking. You want to sharpen your overall mental clarity. You need help stabilizing moods. You need some help getting in the mood for intimacy. And I'd recommend for a dose for Gotu kola, 30 to 60 drops of tincture in water about 3 times a day, or 2 to 4 cups of tea per day. The next adaptogen is schizandra. And schizandra is a tonic to the adrenals and endocrine system. And this helps to support more balance and optimal function within the body. Schizandra is helpful when stress or inflammation have become chronic and have put a large strain on the adrenals and the endocrine system. They are beneficial in cases where focus and mental clarity have become an issue. And they offer anti-anxiety and calming effects. Schizandra is widely used to improve overall energy and stamina, and they have even been used to enhance athletic performance and endurance. Schizandra would be a great fit for you if you feel like you have a hard time concentrating on something, or you're experiencing brain fog or poor memory. You have anxiety or get stressed out easily. You get tired easily and often feel like you don't have the energy to get through the day. Or you need support with detoxification. A dose for schizandra would be 3 to 6 grams of powder per day, or 20 to 30 drops of tincture in water about 1 to 2 times a day. Or you can even drink tea, schizandra tea, and I'd recommend 1 to 2 cups of tea per day. And schizandra are super delicious tiny little berries that have this slight tartness to them. And I think that schizandra and tulsi actually make a really great combination. So if you're thinking about these two herbs, you can buy them in bulk and you can mix them together in equal parts, and they'd be really delicious together. So reishi is the last adaptogen that I'm going to be talking about in this workshop. And reishi is one of the most well-known medicinal mushrooms out there, and it's considered to be a true superfood. And reishi has been worked with for thousands of years, largely in traditional Chinese medicine and other holistic medicine practices. And reishi is a restorative mushroom, and then it helps to provide deep nourishment to the adrenal glands. Its nourishing actions can help to restore them when they are being overworked, and doing this helps the body appropriately respond to daily stressors. So your stress won't be so easily triggered by small things. Reishi is a nervous system tonic, so it helps to soothe and strengthen weakened nervous function that often results from long-term physical and/or emotional stress. And it has an immune modulating effect, so it helps to strengthen an underactive immune system or calm down an overactive immune response, like we see in autoimmune conditions. Reishi is also a great mushroom for allergies and hay fever because it helps to reduce the histamine response to environmental triggers. So reishi would be a great fit for you if you feel like you are stressed out and run down, you feel overwhelmed and your stress is easily triggered, you need help relaxing and are falling asleep, you need support detoxifying, you are getting colds and infections more often than you think you should, or you are experiencing an autoimmune condition. So a recommended dose for reishi would be 75 to 100 drops of tincture in water about 3 times a day for immune boosting actions. So this would be in the case of having an infection, and you could do that for a short period of time. Or for more long-term use of reishi, you can do 30 to 60 drops 3 times a day in some water, and that would be for just general immune and adrenal support. All right, let's talk about some more specific dose guidelines. So when working with herbs, the dose and the results often vary from person to person, which is actually really great because there's not a one-size-fits-all approach to working with herbs, and it can be very customizable. But many times it's going to take some experimenting and adjusting along the way. But to start, you can consider a few things to get an understanding of how much you will want to take. All right, so some indicators of needing a smaller dose are you have a smaller body size, you have a fast metabolism, you tend to run hot. So some signs of running hot include just, feeling hot often, or you're wearing short sleeves when everyone else is in more layers, you sweat easily, you may have a red complexion, or your tongue might be red. You have dryness, your nerves just feel frazzled or you feel burnt out, your hair and your skin might be dry, and you may have vaginal dryness. Or you have slow liver function or kidney function. You are sensitive to cannabis, alcohol, or pharmaceuticals. You have multiple allergies or sensitivities to foods or chemicals. So some indicators of needing a larger dose are you have a larger body size, you have a slow metabolism, you tend to run cold. So this may look like you wear more layers than those around you often. You have cold hands and feet. You don't sweat very easily. Your skin may be pale or your tongue may be pale. You have poor or slow circulation. You are not very sensitive to cannabis, alcohol, or pharmaceuticals. And you have slow digestion, such as being prone to constipation. So if you found yourself saying yes to a few things in each category, I would suggest just to start low, and your experience with the herb is going to help you get a better idea of if you need a lower dose or a higher dose. So now that you know about these 6 amazing adaptogens and how much adaptogens can help support you during the postpartum period, let's talk about where to go from here. So I'd suggest picking 1 or 2 adaptogens to start and trying them for about 2 or 3 weeks and seeing how you feel. If you feel great, that's so awesome. Keep going. If you only feel a little better, still keep going and possibly increase your dose. Like I said before, there's not really a one-size-fits-all approach to working with herbs, so sometimes it does take some experimenting. And although adaptogens are considered to be very safe, if you are having any negative reactions, please stop immediately and discontinue their use. So where to source herbs? So I created a little list of some places that I like to source my herbs from. This includes Mountain Rose Herbs, Star West Botanicals, Herb Farm, Gaia, Organic India, or Garden of Life. Just so you know, I'm not affiliated with any of these brands, and you're not required to stick to this list. This is just the brands that I use. So in any case, please do your own research and ideally stick to brands that seem reputable and have a lot of good reviews and source their herbs from sustainable organic farms. This is very important because the herbs are not only going to be healthier for you, they're also going to be grown in a way that's healthy for the planet. So just a little recap and a reminder that adaptogens are going to work best when they are worked with consistently, so that means daily and over time. They are paired with a healthy diet and lifestyle choices that also promote more calm in your life and more stable moods. They are paired with other herbs that are targeted to your specific needs and get to the root of whatever is causing or aggravating your anxiety or mood swings, like chronic issues such as fatigue, digestive issues, immune issues, or poor sleep patterns, or whatever else. So that wraps it up for the workshop on adaptogens for moms. So now I would really love to hear from you. And one way you can do that is by DMing me on Instagram. I'm at Natural Mama Herbals, and let me know what your biggest takeaway from the workshop was. And also let me know what adaptogens you plan on starting to work with. And then once you've gotten your adaptogens, please take a picture and post it to Instagram with the hashtag adaptogens for moms. That's just another way that we can connect, and it's a way for you to connect to other moms who are interested in working with herbal medicine. So I really do love hearing from you, and I love getting your feedback because it lets me know what type of truly valuable content that I can create for you. So with that, goodbye. I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to connecting again soon.